Good evening. This is the regular meeting of the Arts and Culture Commission. Today is Thursday, October 19th, 2023. Seeing a quorum, this meeting is officially called to order. Madam Recording Secretary, will you please take roll?
Commissioner McNair,
Here.
Commissioner Russell, Commissioner Wu,
Here.
Commissioner Lopez Guerra, Commissioner Hernandez,
Here.
and Commissioner Rivera.
Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. At this time, members of the public may address the Arts and Culture Commission regarding any non-agenda items within the subject matter jurisdiction of the committee. No action may be taken on non-agenda items unless authorized by law. Madam Recording Secretary, does the public have any comments they wish to share with the commission? Okay, hearing none, we're moving on to the consent calendar. Pardon me. This is time for the commission to consider matters under the consent calendar, item number 1. Do I have a motion to consider item number 1?
Motion.
Second.
Okay, motion by Councilmember Lopez, or sorry, Commissioner Lopez Guerra, and seconded by Commissioner Hernandez, sorry. Okay. Do we have any comments, questions, revisions? Discussion? Hearing none, let's take a vote. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion passes. Moving into our work study session, we have one item under the work study session. Please note that there will be no motion or action taken on this item. The first item under the work study session is the Arts and Culture Special Event Sponsorship for October 2023. I turn it over to Tran.
Thank you, Chair McNair. We have another really great round this year. We actually have 6 new grantees who have never received funding from the city before, so that's great. We had, how many was it? 12 applicants total, and 11 were accepted. So the first one, again, this is in no particular order. The first applicant was Cedar Tree Music and Performance for the event Coco and Concertos, a warm winter recital. The event was approved for $5,686. Second applicant is Backhouse for the event Dance Connect Santa Ana Community Through Dance. This event was approved for $7,775. Third applicant is Heritage Museum of Orange County for the event titled Dia de los Muertos Community Altar and Celebration. It was approved for $1,500. Fourth applicant is Latino Health Access for the event Holiday Concert. The event was approved for $7,000. The fifth applicant is Art de la Tierra, which was not approved. The sixth applicant is El Centro Cultural de Mexico for their Noche de Altares event, and that event was approved for $10,000. The seventh applicant is the 1901 Project for their event Christmas Toy Drive, and their event was approved at $6,500. The eighth applicant is Tianguis Market Foundation for the Tianguis Market Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead, and that event was approved for $6,000. The ninth applicant is Dance Arts Academy OC for their event Todos Unidos, and their event was approved for $5,600. The 10th applicant is Arts and Learning Conservatory for their event Latin Percussion. Their event was approved for $3,875. The 11th applicant is OC Children's Therapeutic Arts Center for their event Octac Presents Bloom, and their event was approved for $5,600. And the final applicant is Erica Gonzalez for her event Fairy Gardens, and the amount approved was $2,420. As you can see, council commissioners, you got me, I know, commissioners, there's only, and I put only in quotes, $73,629 left. Distributed, the funding distributed for this round was $61,956. So almost 62,000. So it's possible that next month would be the final round, depending on who applies and then how much is approved. So just to let you know, so far we've only done 2 months. So this funding is going by very quickly.
To clarify, this is until December and then we get a new fund just
No.
for the public.
There's no more funding. This
Good.
will be the total fund.
Thank you for
So
clarifying
yes,
that.
so all that is left right now that is available to be granted is $73,629.
And to remind everyone, was the total?
The total was 200,000.
Thank you.
And what's the deadline for the next round?
Good question. The deadline is November 6th. So they have from now until November 6th to apply. But it could be the final round. There could be a little bit left over. We don't know.
Do you recall how many applicants were granted in the first round?
The first round was eight applicants. So this round is 11. So that's a total of 19 so far. The amounts have been larger, even though the number is not as high.
And how many were rejected?
From this round, one. From the last round, none. There were some that were disqualified, which is different. So I can't remember how many were disqualified this time, but for the same reasons as last time, which is submitting non-arts and culture events such as yoga or baseball teams or something like that. Or the events were not free or open to the public. They were charging entrance fees, things like that, so that would automatically disqualify them. And those have already been notified.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Is there
Any other
anything
questions
further?
or clarifications?
Yeah, any further questions? Commissioners? All right, then moving on.
Or any feedback that you may have for
Oh, yeah.
the
yeah.
future applicants?
Thank you for reminding us about that, yeah.
I do. I struggled with the lack of detail in some of the applications, so I would really appreciate more details in regards to the type of recruitment that's done to focus primarily on the wards they're identifying, or that it's really meeting the needs of our particular communities. And that that the focus is, I know it's always Santa Ana citizens or residents, but I think that some of them were not as clear on that, and I want to focus that's the intent of these opportunities.
Same concern that we've had before. Some of the budgets are very squishy and not clear about where the funding is really going to, or it seemed like venues were projected and not truly secured. There was a lot of ambiguity left, so really sharpening those details helps make it easy to consider all the aspects and give a much more responsive vote.
Yeah, I remember a couple of the applicants that I struggled with and personally ended up rejecting were because I didn't have any sense of proof that the artist or the organization was capable of pulling off the event. And I know the amount of detail that goes into event planning, especially at this large of a scale. And so that's essential for me personally to be able to know that this money is going to go into something that will come into fruition.
Also, this funding, a lot of people put in for the full amount. And while we're not here to seed or start things for sustainability, it's supposed to be another funding stream as they consider a whole bunch of funding streams. And I got the impression that some people were relying on this funding as the sole source of what they're looking for to support their event. And it has to be sustainable, to Vice Chair Vu's point. So, yeah, I noticed that too.
Yeah, I was also surprised by how many, it feels like folks were just like, oh, it's 15,000. All right, let's work our way down from there type of thing. And just, find ways to get up to that amount. So as I mentioned before, I think because, the funding, it feels like this time less people are asking for more. That be correct? So we're at 19 and we're all more than halfway done with it. And so we did more with less last time, is what I'm kind of gathering. So, and as was the case last time, we, or the commission, at least me personally, and it seemed like commission was also more frugal with the funds that we give from here on out, because it'd be important for me, I think, to fund as many folks as possible, even if it's just $2,000-3,000. But at the same time, depending on the applications that were submitted and the maximum impact that the funds, I think that's the key for me. How many hundreds or and communities that are not served, or underserved. Those are the kind of projects or plans that I'm looking forward to seeing. And so hopefully we can get some good new applications and folks can apply for the funds with the understanding that the chances are they're not going to get the full 15,000. So being more realistic in their applications would be important for me, at least.
And you reminded me too that when I was looking, there were some that were asking for $15,000, for example, for 50 people, and some were asking for 15,000 for 5,000 people. So looking at, the effectiveness and reach, broad reach for our community. So. Any other comments? All right. Well, thank you, Tram, for putting that all together and helping us in this process. Moving on to staff member comments. So, Tram?
Yes,
staff?
the biggest thing on the horizon right now is next week we're meeting with the grantees from the artist grant for our one-on-one orientations. So that's gonna roll on. That's it.
If I may, it might be of interest to you. You might get questions from the public. There is a mural at the southeast corner of Washington and Custer. It was a World War II memorial to veterans, and it had been defaced. There were graffiti on it, and the original artist, Carlos Aguilar, came back and he's been doing touch-up work. It's near completion. And once it's complete, we'll be able, I was able to meet with Michael Ortiz from Public Works, and we'll be able to order the premier graffiti, anti-graffiti paint. It needs special application, and it's a special type of paint that Caltrans uses, and it creates a real good cover that will be very hard to have that mural defaced. This was an interesting one because it's a private property and it's a private mural, but the back quite a few years ago now, the redevelopment or not the redevelopment agency money, it was just, I think Councilwoman Martinez and the police union raised some money, put some money towards the cleanup of it. So we put together an agreement with the property owner for maintenance of it. But what ended up happening is the anti-graffiti covering never went over it, and it got tagged multiple times. And there was need for touch-ups. So now we're going to finally be able to finish that off. In case if anybody comes to you and ask about different things, they're never a quick, easy process, correct? So, but it's close. It's close. I went and took pictures on Tuesday, and it's looking good.
All right. Does the commission have any comments they wish to share?
So I know I've spoken in the past in support of many different communities. And today in particular, I want to highlight the horrendous atrocities that are happening in Gaza right now. And I want to offer a space for people to learn more and to find out how they can act in support of Palestinian people who are being erased from their land purposely by a government that is occupying their homeland. And so I invite anyone who is interested in learning more about what the history is there, who's involved, why what's going on is happening. I invite anyone who's interested to an event tomorrow at 7 p.m. at El Centro Cultural de Mexico. It's being hosted by various different organizations, but its purpose is to be a teach-in. So I just want to offer that to you.
Any other comments? Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to congratulate first and foremost all the folks that are going to receive the funds. You know, I'm excited to from the last round and this round, all the amazing events, proposed events, and you know, seeing them come to life and seeing that, you know, I had a little bit of, you know, to do with those and supporting and being the wind beneath the wings of these you know projects. It's just really, you know, makes me feel good. There's a lot of things that don't make me feel good about the city dynamics, politics, and the world, as was mentioned by Commissioner Vu. It's just so those kind of things make me, you know, just uplift me, and as I continue to fight the, you know, the fights that are not easy, are more complex. So, and that's the type of power that art and culture has in our lives, the power to heal and unite and empower. And oh yeah, one of the things that is going to be funded, which for many years I've not been involved, but for many years I was Noche de Altares. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing, you know, the altars and the community come together from through El Centro Cultural, but also through Viva la Vida. So, you know, we're very blessed in this city that we have various events, not just around Halloween, of course, but also a Day of the Dead, as we think about, you know, mourning the loss of people in our past, in our lives, or in general. It's a very unique way to remember and honor folks' memories. But I will definitely be hitting up some Halloween parties downtown Santana. So, you know, a little bit of everything. And I wanted to invite the community to Trunk or Treat, a free event at the Delhi Community Center, which I'm a board member of, on Monday, October 30th from 5 to 7:30. Dress to impress, grand prize for best costume. There's going to be a haunted maze, arts and crafts, games, music, food, and snacks, and all are welcome. Bring little ones or trunk or treat in a safe and fun-filled environment while obtaining free resources from local organizations. So, yeah, but I'm sure there's going to be all sorts of other amazing events here in the next few weeks. And those are my comments. Thank you.
I'm with my fellow members here. I'm very blessed to be sitting in a space where we embrace one another despite differences in opinions, but in the fine focus and unilateral vision of embracing the arts and uplifting the history and complex history of Santa Ana and grounding our citizens' sense of self. So I continue to honor the space with you. I continue to invite everyone to let us know how we're doing, but I'm also very proud to continue supporting the arts because I think that's where we start the healing process.
Well, thank you for the comments. I really appreciate being in the space to be uplifted by all the thoughts. And you reminded me of something I read this week is arts create culture, culture creates community, and community creates humanity. So I feel that we're doing soul work here as part of the arts and culture in Santa Ana and lifting it up and building pipelines and pathways for everyone to engage and be seen and heard and participate. And to that end, I want to just share that with the abundance of things going on, like the trunk or treat, this education experience, all the things, this Santa Ana Unified School District has started to create an arts and culture bulletin every month. So we're featuring activities that in which our families can engage within the community and take advantage of these opportunities and the events that have been created. So I'll look to Tram to help fill me with all the calendar events so that that can be included. And then also it will share how some of our students will be engaging the community as well. So we're trying to expand the communications and find ways to reach everyone. So I will share it with the commission so you can share it. And then you can also give us content. So any other further comments? All right. Then this meeting is officially adjourned. The next regular meeting is scheduled for Thursday, November 16th at 5:30 PM. See you next time. Thank you.